Hey y'all, it's your girl Alicia, and I'm here with my fiance,
Brian.
Hey, and you guys, we have not been here since we have been engaged.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute. So you guys, we just wanted to come and share our engagement story because a lot of you wanted to hear it. So you guys saw the video, you saw where my sweet fiance, how he proposed, and then we went on this amazing airplane ride. And so we're gonna talk about how all of that transpired and how we are preparing for our wedding because it's coming up in about 3 weeks.
Yep.
Okay, you guys, so back in January the 16th, this amazing man proposed to me. He put a ring on it. Hey, Miss Parker. And you guys, we have been super excited, like I said before, just on this whole journey of planning our wedding. But someone asked us, how did this all come to fruition? So if you guys have not seen our How We Met video, then make sure that you go down in the Brian and Alicia Becoming One playlist and check that out. That way we don't have to explain how we met and all of that. We can just go right into engagement. So I'm gonna start by, I was super shocked, okay? I was surprised, like down to the core. I knew that we were gonna get engaged. We had been talking about engagement, for a while, and we discussed rings and all of that. I took you guys along while we kind of picked out some rings, but by that time, he had already purchased the rings. But I guess he wanted to make sure what it was, that I wanted, my ring size and all of that. So that video is also in the playlist for Brian and Alicia Becoming One. So y'all make sure y'all check that out too. But yeah, so engagement, I knew it was coming, but I was just shocked because I felt like we would get engaged probably like in the summer, and then have the rest of the year to kind of prepare. But he popped that question in January, and like I said,
I don't think we could have went the whole summer without getting engaged. I think we pretty much knew it was something that was gonna happen.
Yeah, but
that was in January though.
I know.
So I don't think we would have waited until summertime. I don't think that was gonna happen.
Yeah, I was really thinking that it would be the summer. I really was, because I was thinking that, we had talked about it and it was like, all right, we're gonna maybe like save up for the engagement. I thought we were saving up for an engagement ring, and all that, but this man went out on a limb and was like...
Yeah, because if y'all been following our journey, which a lot of people have, because we've been pretty public with our dating experience, and you'll probably see, or you probably know at some point we were dating seriously, and we talked about it, a lot. And so you kind of like, most of you guys have like been here throughout the whole process. And around the time when I proposed, it was like we were getting to a point. It was kind of getting obvious to me that all the signs of us having a good relationship where we would consider marriage was already just was there. So we just kind of fell into this whole little relationship situation where we were just ready for marriage. But I just kind of felt at the time that I proposed, we were definitely in sync, and it was like something we both was looking for in a relationship, and we felt that, in my opinion, in each other, marriage quality. So I just thought it was appropriate for, it was like ready for us to get married. So it was like that time. So I just thought, let's just do it.
Let's just do it. So you guys, that day, it was a beautiful day. Like I said, it was January 16th. And I actually had a photo shoot scheduled. So I had been talking to my friend Marletta, who is an amazing like social media coordinator and just designer and all that. She's amazing. Photographer. She wears many hats. But anyway, we were going back and forth with ideas because I wanted an amazing YouTube intro. So that day, we talked about, so she's like, let's have some ideas. So I was like, let's go to Dallas, And so we decided to go to Dallas, go downtown, and, so I had my makeup done, I had different outfits, all that stuff. And so I really thought that he was just being very supportive and coming along and, helping me with the photo shoot and, kind of being there and just being there, being very supportive. And I, was just thinking about that and just thinking about how amazing that was within itself. So I never clued into that this could possibly be an engagement. And so when he told me a couple nights before, when he was like, well, since we're gonna be in Dallas and since, you're gonna have your makeup done and nice outfits and all that, he was like, let's go on a nice date.
Right.
And it kind of played out that throughout our courtship, we had been like once a month going on like extravagant dates. Like we would date and we would do stuff at home and all that, but like almost like different. Once a month we do something different, something extravagant. Yeah. And so when he said, I want to take you on a helicopter ride, there was no surprise to me because when we were in California, I had mentioned that I'd never taken a helicopter ride before. Yeah. And he, had said that it was something that he'd done with the girls, all the time with his daughters. So I, was like, well, that's something I want to do. So when he mentioned it, it was not, no thought in my head.
Like something to do, like different.
Yeah. So he's like, we can take a lot of pictures, and everything. He was like, Marletta already be there. Maybe she'll take pictures for us. Yeah. It just all, kind of lined up. So I wasn't thinking, oh, this is going to be a whole engagement. So the day went on. The photos were beautiful. We had a great time. And I'll let you take it from there. Like,
the one thing that I thought about was just like with any situation, I know I wanted Alicia to feel good about the proposal. I wanted it to be the right setting. Yeah. I wanted it to be the right situation. I wanted her to feel good about how she looked at the time. Yeah. And so when she talked about going to do this photo shoot, I just thought it was like a perfect opportunity to, at the time I couldn't really think of where and how to propose to her because it's like I wanted to be like super special. And I was kind of brainstorming ideas in terms of like what I could do that would make it special because we do date a lot and we do some things that are not like typical in dating. So I didn't want it to be like a regular typical situation that turned into a proposal. I want it to be sort of special. And so when she talked about having this moment where she was gonna have this photo shoot, I kind of thought like, she's going to be in Dallas. She's going to already be made up and looking pretty and feeling good about herself. This would be a perfect time for me to propose because, ultimately, like pictures going to be taken and it's going to be something you're going to look back on and say like, you're going to think about this when we get older. Think about this moment. So I just thought it was a perfect time. So that's how I ended up. She's right. She didn't have no clue.
Had no clue.
And I had everybody in on it, all her friends, especially her mom. Her mom was like instrumental. Her mom was instrumental in everything. To be honest. So, we had all brainstormed and I was telling her mom and all her friends, like, this is what I plan to do and this is what's going to happen. And actually it was like really cool because the ring was here, like the ring was like with Alicia, like, and I had to get her mom to put the ring in the car. Like, so she's leaving from Longview, which is like 135 miles from where I stay. And so the ring is with her, so she doesn't think that I have this ring.
I had no idea.
Her mom puts the ring in the car the night before she left to go out there to me. So it was underneath the seat of her car. So she drove all the way to me with the ring actually in the car.
I had no clue. Yeah, like I'm riding down the interstate, the highway.
So ultimately there was no situation where she could have thought like, this is about to go down. Yeah. And so that's pretty much what happened. So I pretty much got the ring out the car. I texted her mom and told her, hey, I got the ring. Everybody knew what was going down. Alicia still remained clueless to me. I just felt like she has no clue. And I was real nervous because I was like, I want it to be a surprise, but I don't want her to feel like something is wrong or something is up, So I really tried to play things down. And Marletta at the time didn't even know. And so when Alicia went to the restroom after her photo shoot, she went somewhere. I think it was the restroom.
It was the restroom. Yeah,
and Marletta was outfits. Out. Yeah, Marletta was out. Like we were waiting on her to come out, and I was like, and that's when I told Marletta. I said, I know you don't have real true plans because she came in late, so she wanted to leave early or something like that. So she didn't have plans to really stay past the moment of her doing the photo shoot. for what she had going on. So I asked Marlene, I said, hey, this is what I plan to do. I plan to propose on this helicopter in this helicopter environment, and I really would like some professional pictures. Would you consider staying over? And it was something hard for her to do because I think she had a different commitment. Yeah. And but she committed to doing as best she can. So she came and so Marlena knew what was going on. Everybody knew. Alicia was the last one. And so she said, okay, I'll just meet you guys over at the heliport. It was an airport really where where they have a heliport as well. And so Marlena was playing it off too. She was like, I'm gonna meet you guys over there, and I'll take a few pictures, just some random pictures or whatever. So that's how we got Marlena to go over there without Alicia being alarmed. And then once I got there, then it all went down. I proposed, and if you want to know how that went, it's all video on that. But that's how it went down.
That is crazy. So I'm riding down I-20 with my engagement ring underneath my seat. Yep. I had no clue. We get to the airport, and I'm just excited about getting on the helicopter ride. So I'm walking, towards the helicopter, and he's like, goes to the door to open the door because that's just what he does. He's a gentleman, and he comes around the corner with this rose, and I'm like, that's so sweet.
A whole story in and of itself too. That fake rose. So a part of this,
was nice,
so
though.
It was planned out. So with the helicopter thing, and I hope I didn't cut you off.
No, you good.
With the helicopter thing, I actually had called prior to that day and scheduled this whole proposal. So it was planned out. It wasn't just my thought where I just went on this helicopter and was like, all right, let me just do this. The actual people who own the company and the workers are all in on it. And so what they told me was, so how you gonna surprise her is like when you get to the helicopter, we're gonna have a rose on a seat. So once you open the door, and when you grab the rose and give it to her, that'll let us know to turn on the camera on the phone or whatever system we had going on. They knew to activate at that point because that was my sign. When I give her the rose, that would be my sign to them to say, all right, it's about to go down. So start taking pictures, start taking a video of it.
Yeah.
And so I opened up the helicopter and it was like this fake rose. I'm like, this is not even a real rose. This is already bloomed. And like roses are supposed to be like sort of not bloomed for it to be cute. And it was like this big fake plastic, like some clothy looking rose. And so I grabbed it. First I had to ask them and it was so little bit, it was perfect for us. But for me, it was a little bit unorganized in a sense because I was looking like I'm ready to propose, but where's the rose at? And it's like, I'm like, how do you know to turn on the camera? How would you know to capture the moment if I don't give you some type of clue? So ultimately something happened where I opened up the helicopter door, the rose was there, and I grabbed the rose and gave it to her, and they were just standing around looking at me. Like the people with the cameras. I'm like,
activate.
Like turn the camera on, like what I do? Keep giving her the rose? So it's like I just got down. I was like, you know what? As much as you want it to be romantic and as much as you want it to be perfect, at the end of the day, it's something that we know that we wanted to do. And regardless if it would have turned out like perfect, I knew like even if the cameras wouldn't have been on, like I felt like that was a moment for us.
Yeah.
And so I just did what I did. Ultimately, Marlena had her camera on, and then they activated their cameras as well. Yeah. So it did work out, but it was a little bit kind of shaky in a sense, but it was still perfect for us.
Oh yeah, it was still great. And that fake rose, I'm glad it's fake because I have it forever. Like seriously, I have it forever. Yeah. I've used that rose in all of my Playing With Me videos. So if you watching my Playing With Me videos and you see a pink rose kind of sitting in the corner or somewhere, that's that rose for my engagement. And I mean, it's something, it's very sentimental to me. So I'm glad that it wasn't real and it just died and I'd have to throw it away. So I was excited. He got down on one knee and he proposed, and I was like, the only thing I could do was laugh because that was my natural
she was
reaction.
Really like thrown off.
I was shocked. And I'm thinking now, so I remember, saying now, like right now, because I was truly thinking that the proposal would probably happen in the summer, maybe in May, April. I wasn't thinking right then because I had no clue that he was gonna go ahead, and get everything squared away. So, let me tell you, I was truly shocked, but it turned out to be the best day, most memorable day, and the best moment of my life. I've never been so surprised. Yeah. And I've never been more excited to like join hands in union with a man. Like this, it's been amazing. Yeah. And it's gotten us to this point 7 months later where our wedding is almost here.
I know, I was like, they don't think we so extra with this background, but hey, it is us though.
September 25th. So we are gearing up for this wedding, and excited for the wedding, but more excited about the next day. I'm excited about September 26th and just what God is going to do, because we know collectively that our union is a ministry, and we know that us coming together, us bringing our families together, is just a testament of just God's love for us. It's It's truly been amazing. Our families have just come together, have gelled. Everyone loves one another. Our kids, being that I have boys and he has girls, the fact that they're excited about our union is, like you said earlier, it's different. It's not typical, because sometimes you can have a little conflict, especially when girls are really close to their daddy the way that our girls are close to him. And then my boys, they hold on to me, and they protect me, but they absolutely love him. And so it's just been a blessing, and we're just grateful. We are so glad that y'all have taken this journey, with us, and we pray that you guys continue to take the journey with us, because once we are married, we will be sharing our wedding. Here we'll have a video up probably a couple weeks after the wedding, and after that we'll be coming back doing more videos, probably introducing the family and just doing some different things, bringing some different content, and just trying to bless people and trying to hear from y'all, because we'll need advice because we're no experts. So we're gonna be asking for some help, here and there along the way. But you guys wanted to hear the engagement story, and that's pretty much it. It was an amazing day, and it has been ever since. I've just been basking in that moment for 7 months. I haven't come down off that cloud yet. So I've been a fiance, and when I tell you I've been running it. Yeah, it's a lot of thought that's going into this whole process, and we are very grateful, because we entered into this relationship, from the start, including people in. So our relationship has been quite public, but I think we agreed that the reason why we would go public, not because we felt we would just automatically be successful, we just knew that we were genuine in our attempt to date, so if it was proven that we wouldn't be, good for each other, then that would have been okay, because that happens with relationships. But ultimately, God has given us a measure of grace in this relationship, because neither one of us have been perfect in our past relationships. I don't think we have had like devious hearts, or been bad people necessarily, but there's been some growth and some things we probably could have done better in our previous relationships. So there's some measure of grace going into this relationship, because there's many reasons why. Some people may look at us, or we may look at other people who have failed in the past or haven't done things correctly in their relationship, and just kind of think like, maybe we aren't meant to be in a position where we can receive love and give love and be committed to that process. So God has graced us. Conflict is inevitable in a sense, is inherent definitely, and I know in our relationship we're not going to be perfect, because we're going to have to come together, not one and one, but one becoming two. Two becoming one. And so there's going to be some conflict, and there's going to be some reality there. You know what I'm saying? But I think that, like Alicia said, our families have responded quite well, not just us to each other. And our kids, just in the ways that you can't even imagine, have embraced us and embraced our marriage. Just the process of us going into marriage quite well. And that just lets you know that, there's a great deal of grace that God has given us, because every relationship, especially in our situation, doesn't have that. So I appreciate you guys for being on the journey with us. I appreciate, not only us sharing our story and growing in our relationship with you guys, but also when we do get feedback and when we do hear,
like, you know, things that work for you all and things that, you know, we can take and kind of like use and apply to our relationship, even though we're unique and we can't model our relationship behind anybody else. But, you know, there are genuine attempts and there are people who are genuinely looking to give, you know, the best advice possible. So, you know, it has been helpful, and that's why we do what we do. We feel like at the end of the day, we always appreciate when couples get on and talk about their relationship and share positivity. It doesn't have to be that you include us in on everything that's going wrong. You're gonna be all positive. But we feel like if we can do the same thing, it's like we are sharing in the same spirit, you know, and that's what makes us feel really good about like doing what we do in terms of like sharing our relationship and sharing our journey with you all. And we just hope that you guys continue to give us feedback.
That's right. So you guys stick around. Don't leave us. Hold on to us, because we'll be back after September the 25th with more content. So until next time. Peace.
Peace.